Evening, round 3 of King of the Shingle. We're well on time, so draw's about to start. This is Salthouse Beach. It's a mark on the shingle bank in North Norfolk, but we're into round 3, and at the moment Dwayne Lockwood is the current leader. And if you've not caught smooth hounds up to now, you're in a bit of trouble, and I've not caught any smooth hounds up to now. Anyway, regardless of that, we're going to see what we can do. We've got a plan. Water's crystal clear. It's mackerel season, holiday season, and we are going fine. Really small, fine. And see if we can extract a fish of some description. Can't think of anything else to do, so we are going to try and do what we can.
Pig wants to in there.
That'll do me then.
Where are you going, Dwayne?
I'm going C14, mate. You've got
Straight over the top.
C15.
Let's have the one off the top. D20. Not next to Henry tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
Don't forget to write your name on the...
go on then, Kevin.
B7.
Oh, nowhere near you either. Let's have a look. Where are you, Wiz? E20. I'm not in with yours, though.
Hey, Kevin.
Oh, I've got this section
Kevin,
here.
where are you?
Mike Watts, where are you? C11.
Got the fairies again. Like I had the fairies the time before.
Right, here we are, peg D20. So the water is crystal clear apart from the first 5 yards, which is a bit murky. Flat calm, easterly breeze. I've got Lloyd Church to my left and the now video famous Wizzy again on my right. So normally I'd say you're bound to see something, but I'm not sure. We don't do enough of this sort of clear water light style fishing, or I don't, to be any good of it. Down south it's a different matter, but up here you can't really do too much because there's so many holiday makers on the beaches and the fish all disappear. But the species are changing, but we haven't got any little black bream and little wrasse and that sort of stuff, so who knows. But I thought I'd try the light approach tonight. I've got a pyramid lead on the bottom and then a boom 6 inches up, and then I've got about 8 foot of fluorocarbon and a couple of little hooks on the sides on the end there. So little bead, look, on the end of I think they are size 8s. Anyway, I raided me fly tying bag and got them out, and also I am also going to use in conjunction with that a slider, so it's got a clip there, and then it's got a, down the business end here, there's a 2 ounce bomb, 2 foot hook link, and another tiny little hook on the end there. So bait wise, look over here, we have got a few little lugworms, but we're going to use harbour rag and little tiny strips of mackerel, and they are tiny, about 1 inch or 2 long, and we're just going to flick them out and see if we can get a bite. I've got some pop-up rigs as well, but we'll see how we get on. Knowing him, Wizzy's probably quite adept at this sort of stuff, so if he starts catching, then I'll bodge something together. I haven't got a lot of rigs for this sort of stuff. It's really just sort of made it up this morning, and before I went to work, and chucked a bit of line and a few hooks in the box, and then see if we can make anything out of it. Another good turnout, so hopefully someone will catch something, but everything counts in this, so you could be looking at a weaver fish or red mullet, or I don't know, anything. Might even be a dab that wins it, but I think it's going to be pretty difficult. We're here for 3.5 hours, so as the light fades it might induce something to feed. We're fishing down and over low water. It's very, very warm. Struggling to get the words out. I think my mouth's all stuck together. It's no bad thing. Yeah, beautiful evening at Salthouse in Norfolk. Nightmare showing rigs when you're trying to film it with one hand, but anyway, that's what it's going to look like. So tiny little baits on there, and that's how big they are. Very, very small. As that's that one, and then this is a slider, that 2-ounce bullet. Quite crude, but I've only just bodged it together. And on the end there, 3 harbour ragworm and a tiny sliver of mackerel. Maybe a bass or something will pick that up. Hope more than expectation, I've got to be honest, but there you go, we've got to be positive. Same for everyone. We've got Henry Randall here somewhere. He's good at this sort of stuff. He'll probably be float fishing for garfish or something, but normally don't turn up till September, and then they're only sort of tiny ones really, not even as, I think they're all under 30 centimetres, that sort of size. I have heard of the odd better one coming to lures, but normally they're little pencil things, but they could win a match tonight, I reckon, if they're here. But we'll try on the bottom and see if there's a fluke to be had. Video debut for Lloyd, so it might not be the one he wants, but we'll see. But he's set up slightly different to me. Hard to show yet again, but size 6 hooks, short snoods, 5-ounce grip lead. I'm going for the rolling lead and long snood approach, so we'll see which one works. Everyone's on the sort of continental style rods, fixed ball reels, just trying to keep it light. Everyone realises that it's going to be a case of trying to get a bite. Anything on the card tonight, and it could see you well. Yeah, perhaps there'll be a smooth hound or two, who knows. Yeah, I hope not as well, but there you go. Right, we won't see that much of him because I'm going to just sit down and chill out for this match. But we got Wizzy next door. You've seen him before. Different approach tonight. Long light snoods, coloured little 3 or 4 ounce ball lead, and he's size 4 hooks by the look of it. Loaded up with ragworm and blow lug. So there you are. He's left his crabs in the kitchen accidentally, so there's going to be no smooth hounds for him tonight.
It'll be one chuck and it'll be back to normal fishing.
Yeah, see how it goes. Yeah, I think everyone's got the same plan. If you can get a bite, you can get anything on the card whatsoever, then that'd be really good. And if there's a few flatties about, then we'll quickly switch and try and fish for them. Wizzy's not in my section, so it doesn't matter tonight. But, thankfully, but there you go, he's done well. We all have days where it's good and we all have days where it's shocking, but when the sea's as blue as that in Norfolk, you're in for a tough one. I was too busy talking to Wizzy, so I've missed the first chuck. They're all in the water. Right, let's get this out there somewhere, see if we can get lucky. Just got my bass rod tonight, good fun. Nice bouncy tip on it. That's all you need. Cast 2 to 5 ounce, 2 to 5 ounce. 5 ounces pushing it though, to be fair, but I'm only lobbing it, so we'll see. Right, that's in the water, gone about 30 yards, and the slider is in that brown water on the edge there. Everything counts, so a weaver fish on the slider would be a bonus today, but got to be positive. That one that's gone out about 30 yards, I'm hoping for a decent flatfish on that, but I'm hitting the species hunt, so to speak, so I'm sitting in second, which isn't too bad, but there's several of us in second. But reason for putting the mackerel on is I might catch something other than the flatfish and bass I've all caught up to date. But anyway, I don't care, I'm just sat here, I'm going to have a nice time whatever happens. Nice to travel so light. I think I might adopt this approach, much easier. One rod, a rod rest, a handful of bits and pieces, and just get on with it. That's what the sea looks like. No swimmers out there at the minute. No nothing. First cast is done and dusted, and all I can say is there was no bait on anybody's hooks, all been cleaned off by the crabs. So they're ravenous, obviously. Perfect conditions for them, to be fair, so not surprised, but not a good sign, because my baits were only out there about 6 or 7 minutes, and there wasn't a trace of any bait left on any of the hooks. So. Not ideal. We might have to go on the pop-up sooner rather than later, just so we're fishing, to be honest. Alright guys, we've had our second cast, and what you have to appreciate is we're in a fishing competition. I am trying to get as many species as I can. I had 4 on the card, and I have just got my 5th one. I'll show you what he is. You'll be impressed with this. There is a prize for the smallest fish caught as well. We are going to say that is a whiting, and he is, I don't think he's going to go, he might go, no, he's 6 or 7. I'll take him over to Wizzy. We have a whiting on the card. Game on. So that was on the slider, about 3 yards out, but it'll do. And yeah, that's good fun, believe it or not. We've had a few chucks now, and it's all looking pretty grim. The only fish I've seen caught is that magnificent whiting that I landed, but we're sticking with this lovely little harbour ragworm. We haven't got many, we've only got a few, but we're hardly using any. 3 on a hook, and just putting the bits on as well, and on the other end tiny sliver of mackerel on a bit of worm, and we're just alternating the slider, sticking whatever we can on that and just lobbing it right down there on the edge. But yeah, all to play for, because them harbour ragworm and those cocktails will pick up a bass if there's one there. You don't have to worry about big baits. I've found, to my cost in the past, I'm always loading up great big baits, and you only really need tiny little bits. I've seen some massive fish caught on half a lugworm and that sort of stuff, so might not happen tonight, but nice to see everyone in a t-shirt though, rather than flotation suit on top of a sleeping bag on top of everything else you have to wear in the winter. There you are. It's alright. I just had to go and have a word with Wizzy, because we've got some debate over what's going to happen now. I've got another whiting, but unfortunately the crab has ate it before I've pulled it in. So do we count him? We get 2 points for every fish. So do you reckon that's 3 centimetres, or do you think that won't count lengthwise, but it is a fish? The fact that I've reeled it in dead shouldn't matter. It was a whiting, you can see it's a whiting, but I think I'm going to have to just accept the 2 points because I have caught a whiting. But we can't sort the length out because the crab's at it. And while he was doing that, he's also snipped my other hook off. So he's done that as well. So that don't help. But yeah, we're going to have to book that as 2 whiting on the card, Mr. Spalton. See what your rules say about that. So the first one I caught was the smallest one Wizzy's ever seen in his life, and he's seen a lot of fish.
We're now seeing a smaller one.
Yeah, so that's what we got so far. And well, what can you do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. It's no rules against reeling in dead fish with all their head. No.
It's undersized.
It's undersized, but 2 points. I think Wizzy's come good. What is it? Should be a few bass knocking around. Oh, crab dropped off. Crab, mate. Oh dear. That's a shame. Trouble is, there's a lot of crabs about. You feel the weight and you're never sure whether it's a fish or a crab, and then they drop off. So he's gone long and light as well. He's in about 6 yards out where my slider is, but you just need a fish. If you haven't seen this channel before, it's not always like this. We are in desperation mode. we do actually have some good matches with a lot of fish. But at the moment, it's not like that, so you just got to do what you can do. Beautiful, isn't it? Lloyd's depressed, so we thought we'd come and cheer him up, but let's go and have a look what he's up to. He's scaled everything right down as well now. Look at this. Size 6 hooks, tiny little blobs of black lugworm. A little bit of rag on the bottom, I think. Same on that one, clipped down, smacking it. But it's not working for anyone. It's really bad. Fish number 3 in the bucket. Don't judge me, will you? There you are, look at that. Whiting. Beautiful little fish, fair and square in the mouth. Yep. He's happy. So we'll it'll be 2 points. We'll get him measured and we'll take him over to Wizzy, get him signed in. So 6 points now, which is the equivalent of a 19cm dab. It's getting dark, people will start catching a few bits and pieces now. Hopefully I'll get a bass, because that's what I would really like, a schoolie, but preferably a big one. And now take them harbour ragworm, no problem. I'm absolutely gutted. I've just lost a match winning bass, hook pulled. Had it on for about 25-30 seconds, got him in the edgy surface, splashed, gone. Didn't straighten the hook or anything, hook just pulled. So yeah, they are small, on the small side. Perhaps I would have got it on a bigger hook, but don't know, we'll never know now. I'm gutted, because that was a good fish. Nothing I can do about it now, that's it, it's done. But do I stay like I am, or do I stick a big hook on and just go for a bass? Because they're obviously there. Don't know, I've got points on the card, so perhaps I should just do that. See if we can get a bass out. Gutted. Right, we have to go for it. I've lost the fish, there's nothing I can do about it, but it's not getting off that. It's my size 2 Arno hooks, micro barb, wide gate, whatever, but that's my bass hook, and they usually stay put when they get on them, so that's what we got to do now. Forget the little whiting, we've got to try and get a bass. But if I've thrown the match through losing that fish, then so be it. Still shaking, can't believe it. An hour to go, I'm throwing the kitchen sink at it. I'm still devastated at the loss of that bass. And yeah, when you've spent hours trying to work out how to conjure a fish up, and then you hook one and then it comes off. I know there isn't an angler out there who hasn't lost a fish, but I'll sulk for days if that's cost me this match. So it would, you know, that was a good fish. I have totally messed it up by losing that, because I've only got 6 points on the card, so that's no good. And that was I'm not even going to estimate how big that was, because that was a good fish. I had it on the surface and it's come off, the hook's pulled. So can't speak about it anymore. That's going to take me days to get over it. I just can't.
I see it come up on the surface.
Yeah, I cried. I thought I knew I'd lost it, but it hadn't quite sunk in. You know, to absorb the facts, and now I have absorbed the facts. Now I'm sulking now. But when they're up on the surface like that, you just think, yeah, he's mine, don't you?
Yeah.
Because I'd done the hard work, he was just in the edge.
Yeah. Oh well.
Happens to everyone.
It does.
Yeah.
Hard night like tonight. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, from what I could see, that would have been a match winner.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying for another. I'm trying to hook another one, but obviously the ship's probably sailed. So there you go. Crabs are vicious, aren't they? Crabs are relentless, look. They're the size of them, and they're just cleaning your hooks up in like seconds, aren't they? You've got about 3 minutes in the water before your bait strip. That bass I got took it on the drop, so I didn't have that problem. But
that's the only chance you've got.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Right, I'll go over there and salt. Ugh. Anything, mate, anything you can get on the card. That is a good one. That's a good one. On a night like this, that's a good one. Right, let's get him measured. Yeah. $21. That's it.
Points, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Dab. Yeah, right, we'll get it sorted out. My light's packed up, but well done anyway. 25 minutes remaining. Perhaps I should have stayed on them let looks and tried to get somewhere in the section, but I just thought, well, we'll try now and see if we can get a bass. Wizzy's still blanking, so that tells you what it's like. One dab to my left, and I blew it. But a couple of casts left, but I'm not that optimistic. The crabs are just so ravenous. There's baits in there about 3 or 4 minutes, it's gone. Line's all chewed up, so you're constantly having to retie the hooks. And it's a bit like that, but anyway, we can take from it. We've got another species. We've got one more match in the series left, and we might have managed the smallest roundfish, which is a prize, believe it or not. Anyway, we didn't blank, and we've still got enough time to pull this out of the fire, but I don't know, you kind of feel when that's happened, you're done. But of course you never know, not over yet. Right, well there it is. It looks like 30 seconds left, and we'll have that out, but I think crabs have stripped it anyway. There you go. See you in the car park, and we'll see how costly that bass was. Don't disappear, Henry. We've got Henry's card, and it is covered in 7 centimetre whiting and a goby of 5 centimetres. We'll see if my he's got 16 fish float fishing. 16 fish for 32 points. Well done.
Funny looking garfish.
Oh well, there you go. That's probably enough. Right. Right, we're ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right, thanks for coming. The weather's been great, but the fishing's been absolutely crap. Yeah, right. Sections first. A section, Rob Ford, 2 points. Good fishing. That's a weaver. B section, me, 2 points. C section, Drawn Ford, June Frary.
Well done, June.
There she is. Well done, mate. D section, Drawn for Ian Childerhouse.
He's gone home.
E section, Ian Roberts might be able to afford a new phone now. Drawn for. Has he gone? No, he's not. Ian, hey? Ian, he gone? Ian. No, Ian, mate. What section was you in? E. Yeah, mate. You put your section by sheer luck. F section, Neil. Drawn for.
Oh. Drawn for means blanks, doesn't it, John?
Yeah. Right. Biggest. Right, biggest flat, a dab, Lloyd, 21 centimetres.
Hey.
Somewhere. I've done it. I'm bloody.
You're back fishing again, yeah. Good.
Get in a minute. There it is. Biggest flat. Where are you, mate? Well done. Biggest round, an eel, 28 centimetres, easy.
Well done, Cole.
Oh, face right. Right, paying top 5. 5th, Pete Simmons that is. 6 points.
It's going to be a fantastic video.
You notice the size of the envelope. 3rd, Charlie Frary, 12 points. 2nd, Easy, 27 points.
That means I've got to come back in a couple of weeks.
That's Henry gone, has he?
No, he's here.
Henry, 18,461 fish, 32 points.
Well done, Henry.
Oh, wait a minute, we've got a lucky peg yet, so it's not all doom and gloom.
16 fish.
Henry, where are you? Just draw a peg out of here, mate. Henry, just draw a peg out of here. Anyone you like.
12, Charlie Frary.
Bit of petrol money, mate.
Where is he? There you go, well done.
Right, the next one's in a fortnight's time at Cly, if we can get on. But if we can't get on, we'll just go back to Kelly. Or you can come here if you like.
He wants another half a fish.
Half a fish don't count, mate.
No, you're joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss this later in the week.
That's it. Thanks for coming.
Well done. Boy. Well, it's the morning after the night before, and it turned out that that bass cost me big time. We're sat next to one of the ponds I look after, hence the name of the channel. But yeah, paid the price for losing that bass. Still can't see what I could have done about it. But one curious point about the video, I left it all in, everything, and because when there's errors and stuff, it's better if everything's transparent, and that's all. That's how it is. But that fish I caught that had been chewed in half, I decided to disqualify it after the match, because when you measure a fish, it needs to be from the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail, and if it ain't got a tail, you can't measure it. So I've disqualified the fish, and I don't think that made any difference really. We're only fishing for like £5 and a pack of cheese and onion crisps, that sort of thing, so it's just a laugh and it's an evening out. But there is a monetary prize for the smallest fish, and Henry somehow managed to get a 5 centimetre goby in amongst his plethora of 7 centimetre whiting. So I pulled that fish out, because that's the right thing to do, and that had been disqualified anyway, surely. But yeah, Wizzy and I didn't know, and that's never happened before, so there we are. But really difficult night's fishing. Credit to Henry for getting his tactics right. I think he had a garfish rig, which was basically a float with strung out size 18 hooks on it or something, so that's how he managed to pick up them fish on tiny 3mm bits of fish. But he did well, and that leaves us to the point where the winners could be Carl Eves, Dwayne Lockwood or Henry Randall. It all goes down to the last thing. Obviously that bass means I'm out of it, but there you go. So that will be in a fortnight's time. We'll get that one done, but I'm going to fish it. We're still in a chance with the species contest because I've got 5, but I believe the winner currently has 6 species. So anyway, that doesn't matter. But there's always something to fish for, and we've got to do our best in the last to make it fair for everybody else. So we'll be trying to do our best in whatever section we draw, and that's about it, guys. So I'll see you in a fortnight's time, and yeah, hopefully I'll catch a fish that's in one piece and I won't have to disqualify it. But there you go. You have to measure from the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail, and if you only reel a head in, you can't do it. There you go. All right then, we will see you again in a couple of weeks' time.